listening to Jai Long, and this is Make Your Break. Whether you're a big-hearted creative or an aspiring entrepreneur, let's take action on your dreams, reconnecting you with your why and giving you the how. I'm here to dish out actionable mindset tips and fun industry secrets to help you blow up your biz. From eye-opening reality checks to motivational gold, no two episodes are ever the same. So tune in weekly, skip the FOMO, and let's dive into the deep together. Hey, welcome back to the show. I am currently sitting in front of my computer and I'm just working on my presentation for this week's workshop, which is called Sales with Purpose. And I thought, you know what, I'll jump on and I will just get on the podcast and just do a simple talk through with sales. I think because, sometimes I get overwhelmed and I'm like, oh, I've got to do another podcast episode. What should I do? And sometimes I think it just comes down to documenting on like what I'm actually working on at the moment and the thought process through it. So I'd love to share that with you. If you're not part of the six-figure business map, that opens up this week as well, and Sales with Purpose all opens up this week. So it's a 3-day workshop. It's $9 and there's a 7-day replay. And yeah, I would highly recommend jumping on that. The links for both of those things are below in the captions. So go over and have a look and let's get started into today's episode. So there's a few things I want to talk about today. First one is, the very first thing I want to talk about is a lot of the times we forget what it takes to have a successful business, what mindset that we need and what kind of actions do we need to take. And I want to say to you, this is what it takes. You need to learn, take action, and then enjoy the ride, right? I want to say that one more time. You need to learn, take action, and enjoy the ride. Now, what does that mean? A lot of the times we get stuck in one phase, and that's simply just learning. So we're learning, going to the next workshop, we're learning the next thing. And if you learn something but you're not taking action, you probably won't get anywhere. Now, sometimes we skip the learning process and we just go straight into taking action. And the problem is with this, sometimes we take action on the wrong thing. So, an old saying goes, it doesn't matter how hard you row the boat if you're on the wrong boat, right? You still won't get there. And then the last thing that we forget about is enjoying the ride, because you will get success if you learn, take action, enjoy the ride, and repeat. And you can do that and you can do that again. Now, the thing that matters most is you actually showing up and taking action on the things that you learn, the new strategies, the new skills that you have. You need to implement those things, because so often we will listen to something on a podcast, we'll hear a new tip, new strategy, knew something that's going to work for us, but we don't implement that into our business. And that's totally fine. But there does come to a point where action needs to outweigh your learning, because you will learn when you're taking action as well. So it means everything, you taking action on the things that you learn. So if you do join the Sales with Purpose this week, it means everything on not just the strategies, but what actions that you take and what you implement from what you actually learn. And then, of course, enjoying the ride. Now, when I say enjoying the ride, a lot of us, we get so stressed out with such low value tasks all the time. We forget that we need to enjoy business. We need to enjoy life as well. It's incredibly important to actually fall in love with your business and have a business that works for you. Now, if you are stressed out in your business all the time, then you're simply just an untrained entrepreneur and you're not quite there yet with understanding what it takes and what you need to do and what boundaries you got to set, things you got to say no to, the new skills you got to learn, the new rooms you have to be in, the conversations you got to have. These are the things that you're going to bridge that gap so you can become a successful entrepreneur, because that's what it takes to have a successful business, right? We need to learn these things. So if you're always stressed out, chances are you're working on low value tasks. And one reason we do that is because we are scared of those high value, high impact tasks that actually move the needle, which could be going out to a new venue and talking to someone, making a new connection, taking someone out for coffee, shaking someone's hand, giving someone a hug, launching that new Facebook ad strategy. implementing that sales stuff that you just learned, joining a new course, like whatever it is. There's so many things that we don't take action on. Maybe it's doing a reel on TikTok. Maybe it's a reel on Instagram. Maybe it's, posting on YouTube Shorts. There's so many things that we don't take action on because we're so hung up on the small things, low value tasks that we could outsource, but we're not. And it takes a huge toll on your business. We need to shift our mindset and we need to work towards taking action on those high value, high impact tasks that actually will get you somewhere so much quicker. So I'm sitting here right now. I just want to start with that. I'm just working on this presentation. I hope I get to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I wanted to talk about sales now for a few different reasons. A lot of people don't know what sales are. And I figured this out the other day. I asked in the Facebook group, like, what does everyone struggle with most when it comes to sales? And the response could be something like, oh, I'm really bad at sales because I am attracting the wrong people, or I don't have enough clients coming through the door, or it's because, it could be so many different reasons. But a lot of the times we confuse marketing with sales. So marketing is the act of bringing in new clients. Sales is the act of selling them on your services, your value, your beliefs, your products. And then closing is making the actual sale as well. So you close and then the client experience happens after all of that. Now, there's a big difference between marketing and sales. Marketing, for instance, is you can get on Instagram and you can start sharing your stuff. And if someone new finds you, that means you're doing marketing, you're attracting the right people. But you can also do sales well before someone even asks you for your price. And that's what you need to do. And that's what I'll be teaching at this workshop. Sales starts way before you show them the price. And the more that you can hit people's objections before you actually hand them the price, the easier it is to convert them into a sale after you hand them the price. Now, if you don't do this, what happens is a lot of the times people will just ghost you straight after you hand them the prices, or they'll say that you're out of their budget or you're too expensive or, whatever it is. And that often happens because you didn't hit enough objections before you actually handed over the price. The more objections that you handle before you even show them your price guide, before you talk about making a quote or anything like that, means it's so much easier for them to think about that there and then see your value. And then from there, once they get the price, they know why it's more expensive. Now, that's really important. So that's something I'm going to be covering this week. And I'm really, really excited about that. So I think with sales, there's so many people right now that says like, Jai, like I've joined a course before and it didn't work and I didn't learn sales. And Jai, like I've tried sales before and I felt sleazy and I felt tacky. And Jai, like I'm just not good at sales. Jai, I don't want to do sales. I'm a photographer. I'm a designer. I'm a musician. It's not what I want to do. And often and I fully agree. Like I understand, we're all creatives. But at the end of the day, a lot of us don't realize that sales is actually the number one thing that's going to make you become a successful business. Because a business without sales is not a business. You need sales to become successful, because the more that you sell, the better client experience that you can create, which means the more reviews you're going to get, which means the better marketing you're going to have, which means the more sales that you're going to get. And then it's a huge loop. Now, without making the sale, if you spend all your time on marketing and you never sell anything, you never get someone to convert into an actual client, then you wasted all your time with the marketing because you didn't finish the loop and bring them onto the journey to the next step, which is sales. That's why I'm really excited to talk about this, because I think a lot of creatives don't understand the weight of actually understanding sales. And sales is not it's not sleazy, it's not cheesy. Like creating 5-star reviews from our clients by serving them at the highest level, like that's what sales is. And that's what successful businesses do. And so we need to learn what successful businesses do if we want to have a successful business. I heard from a mentor the other day saying to me that, like, Jai, if someone's making more money than you are in your business, then you should shut up and listen. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, because you got something to learn from them. Doesn't matter what type of business it is. Doesn't matter what stage they're at. You've got something to learn. And sometimes we put our ego in the way and we always say things like, no, there's nothing else I can possibly learn. I don't need to learn sales. I don't need to do that. I mean, doing perfectly fine the way that I am right now. I know that person makes more money than me. It doesn't mean that they know more or they're better or their business is better. But at the end of the day, it's numbers and results that speak volumes. And so we need to look around and see like who is actually making the most amount of money, because business, that's what you get rewarded. So who's making the biggest impact? Who is helping the most amount of people? Who is booking the most amazing clients? And you can learn from those people. So I'm always looking around what businesses I can learn from. And the most successful businesses that I see, they always are very confident in their sales. So that's something that I learn from them. I'm like, oh man, the difference between me and that person, maybe it's my competitor, is they are confident and they're amazing at sales, and they can persuade anyone to do work with them, where I'm repelling people because I suck at sales. And then I'm telling people that, I'm not that good, and I'm worried about my pricing being too high. So I start offering discounts and I start killing the sale before it even starts. Of course, I'm going to lose that sale. So that's what I'm talking about this week. Again, I just wanted to just check in and see how you're doing, because I think sometimes like I get so caught up in doing all these things that I do in my day-to-day life. Right now I'm building a house. Just got back from Europe. I'm just about to go on a bit of a snow trip, and I'm working on the Wedding Photography Summit. Like there's so many things that I'm working on at this present time. And sometimes I forget about my podcast, and I need to dive back in and just say hi. And I also need to remember that people don't love polished stuff. They love real stuff, and they want to hear the actual what's happening in your studio there, Jai. Like what's the thought process? Why are you creating a workshop on sales when people hate sales? Like why would you do that? Create something clickbait, Jai. Talk about marketing. So honest to God though, like it doesn't, if you're not a wedding photographer, like it doesn't matter. You're going to learn a lot over these 3 days in this workshop, and it's just a lot of fun. But even if you don't come to my workshop, you need to learn sales. That's what I'm going to say to you. Even if you don't come to mine, I don't care. I just want you to start learning sales. The reason being, if you strengthen your sales knowledge, you will strengthen your client experience straight away. That happens straight away. If you want to learn how to serve your clients better, then learn sales. If you want to make more money in your business, you want to make more profit in your business, then you need to strengthen your sales knowledge, right? If you want to have more time in your business, if you want to be more productive, you need to strengthen your sales knowledge. So everything comes back to it. And I think it's something that we don't talk about a lot, but let me convince you and sell you on the fact that even though we think it's sleazy and salesy and all these things, it's not. It's just what successful businesses do. And we need to put on our big person pants now, and we need to learn these things, because you and I both are running businesses. We're not just creatives, and we're creating something so we can best serve our clients, give them the services, the products that they need and that they want at the level that we want to serve it, and that we feel proud. And I think that above all else is so important, and sometimes it's worth swallowing our pride and our ego to make that happen. Agree with me or not, I'm not too sure, but let me know in maybe my DMs on Instagram. You can always reach out to me at jailong.co. I'm going to leave you just on that one. And just a reminder, again, like I know I do so many workshops and courses and masterminds and group coaching, and I do everything, right? And I teach so many people things. But I want to say to you today, like you've learned the strategies, you're learning things, you're listening to the podcast right now, but it's the actions that you take that matter. And I want you to let that sink in. The actions that you take is what actually matters. So get out there and make sure you plug and play in that new strategy. You believe in yourself and your products enough that you have a moral obligation that you need to serve people at that highest level and as many people as possible. Because if you're sold on your services and on your products, man, you'll never have to sell again, because you will no longer have to convince people, because you will just show up with passion, and you'll be able to share your passion with people, and that in itself will convince people to work with you. So you're listening to Make Your Break. Again, if you want to join Sales with Purpose, come and head over. It's only $9. It's 3 days. It will run for about an hour and a half each day. We've got guest speakers, and there'll be a 7-day replay. And the 6-figure business map opens up this week too. And I think our wait list is full at the moment. So it's going to be a huge week, and my heart's full. And honestly, like if you've got any questions or anything, reach out. It's going to be a big week, but I'm hoping it's going to be a big week for you too, because I want you to be learning, taking action, and enjoying.